Hello and welcome back to the one and only show on YouTube which doesn't include one single correct pronunciation of the letter S. It's me. Our first comment comes from Franz Neronne, and he said, Lopetegui should be sacked immediately or else Real Madrid are not going to finish in the top 4 of La Liga this season. Hashtag the comments show. Oh, yes sirree. Although hold on a minute, actually. I think we should hold off calling for his head until after the El Clasico tomorrow. And here is why. I'm not going to roll my sleeves up for this, don't know why, just going to do it. Oh.
Stuck in.
As you all should know by now, I like to revel in others' misfortune and housery. I personally have nothing against Lopetegui, but if he is still in charge by the time this video goes out, then he'll be in charge for the Clasico. And when they get absolutely battered by Barcelona, then the whiny, hissing and obsessively fickle Real Madrid fans might finally snap, and there'll be riots in Madrid. Florentino Perez's face will melt off.
Smells like Bigfoot's dick!
And General Franco will be rolling in his grave. It could be a mess, but it could. It won't definitely be a mess. If Messi was available, then it'd be a complete write-off. Barcelona would be guaranteed to murder Madrid. He's contributed to 12 of Barcelona's 23 league goals this term already. However, it turns out Messi isn't actually the greatest of all time, because what truly great player wouldn't have an elbow that could bend both ways? Pathetic. My elbow can do that absolutely no problem. Look at this. Look, this is weird, isn't it? Just everywhere. Tomorrow is going to be the first time since December 2007 that the El Clasico will not feature Messi and Ronaldo in the same game. This has the potential to be the worst Clasico ever. Real Madrid cannot score, literally absolutely rubbish. Barcelona are heavily reliant on Messi so far, and you know, rightly so, it's Messi. And both teams cannot defend for their lives. Rafael Varane, world-class centre-back and World Cup winner, was atrocious against Levante. He was genuinely, for the first goal, completely misjudged the ball and he just going over like that. Awful, generally awful. And then for the second one, to give away the penalty, he just goes full volleyball and just... Why? It was so bad, it was great. Meanwhile, Barcelona only have the 10th best defence in La Liga at the moment. They've conceded 6 in the last 4. Ooh, stats, I researched this. All I'm saying is that this could be the worst Clasico ever. It's there for the taking for anyone to have a go. So, I want to know what you boys and girl, I know at least one girl who watches this, vote in the poll in the top right for whoever you think will win the El Clasico. I'm going for a Barcelona 5-1 mauling. Our next comment was on the last week's comments show, and they were a bit too early, and you'll find out why. Aditya Chopra said United is beating Chelsea 2-1, and Young One said, in relation to Football Daily, they must feel stupid. Do we? I think you do now, mate. Just watch this. Last week's comments show was actually prepared with 2 potential titles in mind and 2 different thumbnails. However, the video went live just before the Chelsea game ended, which was, you know, an accident and my fault, but ignore that bit. So Aditya and Young One here got in early and thought that I'd had a nightmare, but I was sitting there and I thought, Chelsea might nab one here. So I won't change the name and thumbnail yet. You know, I'll hold off, and lo and behold, Ross Jam Jarhead Barkley popped up and ruined the scum's day, which was just, oh, it was gorgeous, wasn't it? So there you go, there's a little insight into maximising potential video growth online. Cover every possible eventuality and make 2 thumbnails so your video doesn't do whatever happens. Our next comment comes from Annie Ganny. I'm so sorry that I don't watch this regularly. Kieran, you are a god. Weird. It's okay, mate, just make sure you watch it now, because if you don't, then, you know, I'll lose the show. But if you watch it twice and share it with your mates and your mum, just your mum, not your dad, don't know why, I'll have the leverage I need to turn this into meme daily and just make weird just 7 days a week. Imagine that. Literally, the views would be just shocking. James Beverley has come in with the next question, not question, comment. I was doing the ref questions earlier, I'm confused. Is the colour orange named after an orange, or is an orange named after the colour orange? Neither. It's actually named after the noise it makes when you peel an orange. Orange. Our next comment comes from Joe Shepherd, and he said, full tracksuits are not fashionable. I think you'll find from wherever I'm standing here right now, alright, where I was wearing a tracksuit last week, they're the ideal clothing choice for nearly every occasion. Weddings, funerals. I feel comfortable, I look stylish, I'm unpredictable. You don't know if I'm going to ask you if I can join in the game of football or if I'm going to mug you and attack you. I'm also relatively well shielded from the rain in it. I'm lightweight, which allows me to dance if I get into a situation where that is my only option. I can fit the Tesco meal deal I buy for lunch in my huge pockets. And most importantly, it gives me the flexibility to stretch and relieve all the stress that builds up from reading comments like your one. So, you. Our next comment comes from Tigerish, and he said, the Lisp is back, hating Eden Hazard. I don't hate him, he seems like a nice bloke. However, I am a big fan that it's starting to become a thing on here that it's me against Hazard, and I almost definitely could have him because he's 5'8", so bring it on, mate. Bring it on, Eden. I'm at least 5'10", maybe. Our next comment comes from Seabass is my name. Kieran's editing. Zoom in on a limb or head when it suddenly moves. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Our next comment comes from ATMXZM. Bring back Girls Review, like so FD can see. Girls Review got reviewed itself and it's gone. I personally would like Girl Review. I would have just dropped the rest of VFN instead, but you lot clearly didn't like it, as from the audience retention graph, you could actively see it go down for the duration of Girl Review when people were just skipping the entire thing. I've never laughed at a graph before, but I did laugh on it. I don't know, just made me laugh. Anyway, I don't know why. I liked Girl Review. I like lots of different sections in shows, especially ones that are just entirely random, and if you really think about it, really don't offer you that much information at all. Oh, Schalke. You gave so much hope, but after a 3-game winning run, you've crushed it with the inability to score a bloody goal. We've been outdone by a man who is half egg and half beer drinking apparatus. We have lost every single game where we haven't scored first. That's absolutely shocking. Look, I've done that. That's how shocking it is. And I must have known that stat before or had that in my subconscious, because as soon as Bremen scored, I just turned it off. I just couldn't be, but there was literally no point after that. I don't know if it's mentality or if it's down to the forwards just not clicking. Mark Oof was the summer signing from Hoffenheim, where he scored 14 in just 28 games last year. He's averaging 2.7 shots per 90 at the moment for Schalke, the most in the Schalke squad, and he just cannot score his first goal. Maybe after he scores his first, he'll be fine. Maybe it's the classic, oh, I can't score, get the first goal. I scored 15 in one game. And then, you know, everything will be fine. But maybe it's not. Maybe I'm going to watch Schalke get relegated after finishing second. That's why I picked them. Maybe I should be up front. That'd be awful, terrible, just awful. I've got size 12 feet, I've got no touch. My touch is still probably better than Lukaku's. Anyway, once again, our expected goals were almost double the opposition, yet we scored none and they scored 2. Expected goals are facts, all right? And I will not allow the world to throw out results that don't match expected goals, all right? All right? I don't want to sound defeatist, but I'm sick of this Tedesco. At least be brave and make it entertaining. Play Nastasic, Ronaldo and Sane as a back three, and then literally just put everyone in front of them. Everyone up front. I'd rather watch a 5-4 than a 1-0 at this point at least. Give me a reason to keep watching after we concede first. By the time this has gone out, Schalke will have also played against Galatasaray. So here's a video of my full-time analysis live from my bedroom. My tiny, tiny bedroom. Well, the game has literally just ended and it's 0-0 and it was awful. The referees in the Champions League are genuinely the worst referees in the entire game of football ever. In the history of football, they're the worst. 2 absolute nailed-on penalties, just not given. I don't know, I think we've had like 8 shots on target to Galatasaray's 2. Should have won it, should have easily won it. Absolute joke. One referees just scum, pure scum. Comment of the week, and I'm going to throw you a curveball here. Curveball, because I didn't find any comment that tickled my fancy enough this week, so instead I'm going to do fan of the week. Ooh, new. Will I make an animated intro like comment of the week? I don't know. I can't tell yet because I haven't done it. And it goes to Anthony Lustry on Instagram, who was watching the Comet Show on holiday in Bali this week. Bali. That's far away. Still got internet though, that's cool. Don't know why I said that. But in all seriousness, that's really cool. So thank you very much, Anthony. But I know from your Patreon, make sure you don't go swimming in that pool without someone else present, because you may get into difficulty in the water. And I'd really hate the last thing for you to see is me on the green screen. God, what a way to go that would be. This is the end. Did I not say bye? Oh. Pretty much it. Go watch someone else. Subscribe.